All right, so it's now afternoon and still got the same berm over here. About 15 spruce trees in it. Zooming in out there. We're still not far enough down. Oh, that's number 10. Starting out down there. There's a little red flag out there. We're at 10 trees to right. Where was it? Right there. And 20 is right at the berm, and there's 46 total down to the carriage. So, shouldn't see, even from the deck, you really shouldn't see the road with the trees. Maybe even with the berm up there, you won't see the road anymore. Down to the post. And man, they might want to take it down one little bit more, or one section more. Anyway, so the boulders are gone. Berm gets a little bit more cut out, flipped over, built up back here so that we can sink in a whole throne. Like it's almost like a little, it's the Smoking People's Lounge, you know? It's like a whole lounge room set off of the fire pit area back there. It'll still be looking at the fire pit up at the peaks. What are those? Lincoln? Ross? I never get them right. Democrat? I never know. So there's seating back here, choke cherries in the berm. Choke cherries are kind of the theme around the fire pit area. You know, they're red, like fire. It's really creative. And you got the red line running through, just coursing through everything to avoid confusion. That's our gas line, electrical line to the hot tub this way, gas line out to the fire pit, gas line to the cooking area, dining room table area, feast table area, approximation pathway. So everything abutted to the concrete here, bordered in white, is patio or sandset slab stones, including a walkway out to the pond, a little reflecting pond with the grotto for La Madonna right out behind that nice boulder. And that way people will be able to come around on this walkway, this like pondering, meandering walkway of stepping stones filled with steppers like woolly time. And all of this space on top of the septic, we'll build like a fence around it just not to work on top of it. Will be all gardens, just mixed arid xeriscape gardens, including around the hot tub pad. Again, we'll have some stonework stepping off of the concrete to the hot tub pad, little wooden or decks, steps up. Garden around here, just softening the hot tub area from the social area. We had the walkway and the patio space coming further down, but it was going to get really tight around this feast area because we've got this boulder set here that, I mean, it can move, but I kind of like how it's created this little nook where realistically the level grading from the concrete is going to come out such that it's not really going to form a good bench seat, but it will form a good lean against, just post up spot, just kind of tucked away from the flow of traffic of people through here, and maybe even around here as it goes out to the pond. I think that's going to become like a main kind of not so secret pathway, because we're going to have okay, so over here almost gone through everything. Out here we've got gardens all to the left between stonework, hardscape, and the hot tub area. But what we're going for here is trying to direct any kind of flow of people from the gazebo, the little ceremony spot, what could really be an amphitheater, or it's interesting up there. There's a whole other space up there for special ceremonies. And so, starting right at the foot of the gazebo, right here, is where we would build our spillway and course it meandering, not through these trees. All of this would be just cleaned up. We'll have our pathway coursing this side of the bigger aspen trees, and our cascade coursing from the gazebo down along the walkway, hitting the stairway, shifting the stairs over to the right so that we have more space to work with boulders and creating a cascade here, really filling in the level, making sure that there's good drainage from this back corner of just snow storage area and roof gutters. Still able to drain out that way, but then we'll grade it out over top, going off of the septic level and grading this out up into the little aspen trees, the beautiful red and orange aspen trees. And that way we don't really have to cut any of these trees out or try to transplant them, better yet. And we can let our cascade fall right here, starting like up at this little baby aspen tree if we cut it back far enough, and then let it course down and into a pool here, creating a space for there to be a little bit of an overlook. So that's why this patio space has a little bit of a, or I should say walkway has a bit of a patio space for there to be a small pond or pool where the water just kind of swirls before it courses off into a longer river. And again, all of that will be raised, so it won't, the terrain is definitely going to change here where it's more gradual all the way down to this. And then that way our river can course, it can hit this pool here, but then it can continue to trickle down all the way to the main pool. That'll pump all the way back up to the gazebo. That's almost everything except for lights. Lights are just left to flag, but for now the paint. Mostly done. Oh, and one thing I didn't mention is around the main patio area, or the fire pit patio area, we have those Siloam block stones that will be turned upright so that they'll be like benches or bench seating. Not that that's the main seating, but creates one more small barrier and kind of sets in like a dug-in amphitheater feel. And they will provide seating, and we'll do lighting in between them, or making the whole area glow with the fire feature in the center of the mostly circular, roughly circular fire pit patio. And it basically just fills this whole space with low berms of choke cherries. I've got them staked out there and painted with just little sticks, so they won't be more than like that height, with the choke cherries built into them. So the choke cherries might be all the way probably to that height of the bristlecone pine right in the center, and that bristlecone will continue to grow and fill out, but there will be that kind of like a hedge of burgundy choke cherries. And again with those silo blocks, I want to say it's 12 silo blocks starting down here, or right where this walkway and this walkway come together. Here it's for the lounge in between the pines. There's 8 or 10 block stones with kind of like a tall, I think it would be cool to set a tall kind of throne stone in there, and then those 12 block seatings just going all the way around, forming the edge of the fire pit area. And then just the reflecting pond. Like setting it out there, it's going to reflect skyline and maybe tree line. If we're really good, it'll reflect those mountain views, because that's the purpose. Science Olympiad. That was my mission, was to reflect laser lights with mirrors all through this dark room. So, thanks Edgewood Elementary School enrichment program.